Hey guys, so forgive me please because I was not prepared to do a video today. I just decided to do an impromptu video because I am an oily girl. As you may know from some of my much older videos, it's been quite a while since I've posted, but I struggle with keeping my makeup looking nice and fresh because I suffer from oily skin in my nose, my T-zone. And when I put on my makeup, it looks great. But 3 or 4 hours later, it's oily, I'm blotting, I'm having to reapply powder, and by the end of the day, it just looks a mess, and it makes me wonder what was the point of putting on any makeup in the first place. So I think today I found what I was doing wrong for me, and I wanted to let you all know what works for me. I put on my makeup at 3:45. It's now 10:05 p.m. I have no oil. I haven't had to blot. I haven't had to put on any additional powder. And honestly, since I've been wearing makeup, I've been wearing makeup since I was 16. This is an absolute first for me. So I wanted to let you know what I did, what my old routine was, and what I will be doing from now on. I'm praying that this isn't a fluke and that it will continue. But I washed my face. I use a tea tree oil soap that I get from a natural food store here called Raisin Rack. You can find it at Whole Foods or pretty much any natural food store near you. It was $2 and some change for the bar. And then I moisturize with Clinique Gel Lotion formulated for oily skin. Even though you're oily, you have to moisturize because if you don't, you will overproduce, and I produce enough on my own. And then I apply my primer. This is my absolute favorite primer. It's the Hard Candy Longwear 12-Hour Power. I don't ever run out of this. I'm about halfway through this tube, and I'm going to be getting another one just to make sure I have enough. I love this primer. It's a thick primer. My makeup stays on it very well. This is what it looks like. It's kind of a peachy color, kind of thick, but I like it. And per another video that I watched, I had the suggestion of using an eyeshadow primer on my T-zone. So I use it in my nose and just right under my eyes. And it's supposed to help, because especially people who wear glasses, and I do. Going to be switching to contacts here soon. But it's supposed to help, and it does. And this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. And it was $5 or $6 at CVS. And I had never used an eyeshadow primer before this. I hadn't needed one. I use it now. It doesn't make a huge difference. I mean, my shadow stays, but I don't have a problem with it staying before, but it does help with my nose. And then the two pressed powders I would use to set my foundation are Iman and the Soft Focus. But I would apply first my absolute favorite stick foundation, Iman. This is Earth 1. This is my shade. You can see that. And this is what it looks like. Absolutely love it. And I use the silicone sponge, which I got recently, and love. And then, like I said, I would use one of these two powders to set it. And then I would use my absolute favorite translucent powder. This is the Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous Translucent Finishing Powder. And I would put that over everything before I did my blush and my contour with my powder. Today, I know my skin likes mica. Mica absorbs oil, and it helps your makeup to stay. But today, I just had the bright idea. I said, I'm going to put this on over my foundation before I put on any powder and see what happens. It was like a light bulb went off. So after I put on my stick foundation, I put on this powder. Amazing, the difference that it made. I put on this powder, and then I put on a dusting of my Iman powder over it. And then I put on my blush. And then I just did another little light dusting of this. I'm not ashy. I took a picture with the flash, and everything was fine. And then I use a setting powder, a setting spray. I was using the Fast and Fabulous setting spray. This, I'm just using the bottle now. I've used it all, and I now make my own, just using water, glycerin, and tea tree oil. I don't want to keep paying $8 or $10 for something I can do easily at home, so I'm just using the spray bottle. But I had been using this previously, and it worked well enough, but I like mine also. So if you want to make your own, I mean, literally it's just distilled water with some glycerin and a couple drops of tea tree oil, and I shake it, spray my face, and that's it. But that's what I did today. I put on the primer, my stick foundation, and then the Fast and Furious, my holy grail of translucent powders. Fantastic for drugstore. I don't like spending a lot of money on makeup. I love makeup. I have a lot of makeup, but I like to be cute on a budget. So I put this on after I put on my stick foundation, and then applied my foundation powders and put on another light dusting, and it did absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with the way things turned out today. And also, just another little side note, you all know how when your foundation powders get, your pressed powders get down to this point and you drop it, or they start crumbling and they start to break. I used to just throw them out because I'm like, I can't use it anymore. Well, also had another little bright idea today. I have a small little blender, and I had 2 of these in my cabinet that were just sitting there broken that I couldn't bring myself to throw away because I'm like, that's just product wasted. So I had a sifter from a mineral powder I used to have, and I blended it and put it in this little sifter. So now I have a loose powder version of this one that I can use. So I've got plenty of foundation powder. I've got an extra one of these upstairs too, unopened. And then this is just the remainder of that foundation powder that was left. So I am going to be using that routine from now on. Foundation, the Fast and Fabulous, and then using my foundation powder. And I mean, you can see that there's no oil whatsoever, no breakthrough shine, nothing. So I'm really, really happy with the way that turned out. I'm also using, just in case anybody was wondering, not that you are, but this is a Black Radiance foundation. It's a baked blush in raspberry. So that's the blush that I'm wearing today. And then just a Rimmel lip gloss, my favorite everyday lip gloss. And this is All Day Seduction. Just a little bit of color, not too much. And I don't have anything on my eyes, no mascara or anything today. Like I said, I wasn't prepared to do a video. But I'm just really, really happy with the way this turned out today. So if you're an oily girl like me, I would say try it. This was only, I think, $8 at Walmart. It's only at Walmart. I have looked so many places. I'm not a fan of going to Walmart, but this is the only place I can find anything made by Hard Candy. So if you, $8, and I mean, literally on this, one of the first, if not the first ingredient, is mica. And I don't believe it has any talc in it. This one doesn't have the ingredients on the back, and I don't have the package anymore, but I don't think it has talc in it. Don't quote me on that. But the first or second ingredient is mica, and I'm pretty sure it's the first ingredient. And it has treated me very well. So comment questions below, and I really hope this can hopefully it will help one of my oily girls like me. So comment, subscribe. Have a good night. Night, beauties.